everybody, this is Hendryx, and we're going to look at some of the scales and chord shapes I use in this open D tuning. Your D major scale shape, we have that open 5th string, and then we have the 2, 4, 5, then open, 2, 4. So it's exactly like our D major scale shape that we use on our acoustic mandolins. We could also do that here on our D string. Now, if you want to make that a Mixolydian scale, all you have to do is flatten that 7th. So 0, 2, 4, 5, then 0, 2, 3 to get that C natural, that dominant 7th. Then we have our octave on the 5th fret of the A. Now for our G major scale, we're going to hit the G on the 5th fret of our low D string, hit the open A, then the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, open D, and then we're going to go 2, 4, and then 5 for the octave. So we have here's another version of that same scale. It's 5, open A, 2, 3. Now use your 3rd finger to get the 5th fret, and then we're going to do 2, 4, 5 on that D string. So 5, 0, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. Now let's look at the B dorian scale for our B minor chords, and we have 2nd fret of the A string, then the 4th fret, then the open string, then 2, 4, 6, open A, and a 2nd fret. So we have 2, 4, then open 2, 4, 6 on the D string, open A, and then our 2nd fret of the A string for that B natural. So we have Now we can also take our major scales and just play them on one string. So in the key of D, we have 0, 2, 4, 5. Now I use my 1st finger to make a switch from that 5th fret to the 7th fret. So it's now shift. Now I finish the scale 7, 9, 11, 12 using my 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, and 4th finger. So now you can also do that on the A string. And on this A string, now if you want to make these a Mixolydian scale with that flatted 3rd, just play a whole step below the root. So instead of the 11th fret, you'd use the 10th fret in the A major scale. Here's some really simple chord shapes. We have our D major, just strumming all the open strings. Now we can make a G chord shape by taking our third finger and putting it on the 5th fret of the A string, our first finger on the 2nd fret for the major third of the A string, and then our pinky on the octave, which is on the 5th fret of the D. So we have 5, 2, 5. Now we can make that a 7th chord by raising our pinky and putting our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. So we have 5, 2, 3. Now we can take, keeping that hand position, we can take our pinky and put it on the 5th fret of the D string. So we have, of the A string. So we have 5, 5, 3. So that's our that's another dominant 7 voicing. We could also just bar across the 5th fret to do a really simple G chord. So here's our shapes. Now major. Now to make this minor, we're going to keep our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D string, put our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the A, and now we can play that dominant 7th with our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the D. So we have 5, 1, 3. Now if we use our pinky, we can add the octave. So we have 5, and then we have our octave with our pinky on the 5th fret of the D. So that's 5, 1, 5. Now we can take all these chord shapes and we can move them up 2 frets for the 5 chord in the key of A. So we have our A dominant chord, A minor, so this is our 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the D, our pinky on the 7th fret of the A. For the dominant 7th, I'm putting my 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the D, and my 1st finger on the 4th fret of the A. This shape can be moved down 2 frets for the 4 chord, so that's 5, 5, 3, 2.